Welcome to the channel. This week we will be finishing off Heroes of Olympus with the Blood of Olympus. As always, if you've been enjoying this content, please do not forget, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss anything. If you guys have books you want me to do reviews on in the future, please do not be afraid to leave them down in the comments. And if you guys want to follow me on social media, on Instagram, I'm Riley Murray Book Reviews, and on Twitter, I'm Riley T. Murray. I will leave links to both of those accounts down in the description if you want to go and follow them. You can also leave me book recommendations there. As always, format for the book review, summary of the story, pros, cons, and then my final thought and ranking. So, with all that out of the way, let's hit the intro. So, the final battle with the Giants has come. The crew of the Argo 2 makes its final way to Greece, where they finally meet up with the Giants for the last battle. While all that's going on, Nico and Reyna are making their way back to Camp Half-Blood with the Athena Parthonos so they can bring it to Camp Half-Blood in time to stop the Romans before they completely destroy Camp Half-Blood. Alright guys, pro section here, and the first pro of this book, honestly to me, is Nico and Reyna working together. So, much like how we got Percy and Annabeth working together to get out of Tartarus in the last book, we have Nico and Reyna working their way across the world with the Athena Parthonos to get it to Camp Half-Blood. And I absolutely love these parts of the book. Again, Reardon does a really great job with the interactions between Nico and Reyna. They are fleshed out. Even though Reyna hasn't really been in the story a whole lot up to this point, Reardon really makes up for that, especially when they go to San Juan and she has that experience with ghosts and all that. Throughout the entire mission that they're having, Reardon is giving us a ton of characterization for Reyna that pretty much needed to make us feel for her, but again, for as fast as he gives Reyna her characterization, he gives it so well. I really think he did a very, very good job with it. And again, Nico continues to be my absolute favorite character. Reardon does a very good job, again, of the plot point of the more Nico travels, the more he is losing himself into the shadows. And I absolutely love this idea. Again, if you know what this symbolizes for him, it makes complete sense. So I really like both the symbolism for Nico's part as he's traveling through the world and with Reyna's characterization. I just all around love these two guys together as a duo. So, pro number 2 for this book is ending where Reardon started this series. So, I think it is absolutely genius for Reardon to have ended the series with Piper, Leo, and Jason being the ones to take down Gia. It is a really good callback to how the three started off this entire series. So, I really love the symbolism that Reardon put behind having those three be the ones to take down Gia at the end of this book. And I also love how they feel like very, very different characters from the first time we've met them. Piper was really just unsure of herself and a very different character. Now she's super confident and powerful. Jason was very headstrong, strict by the rules, and now he's very much a different person. And Leo was a lonely kid who just used comedy to get away from the pain, and now he actually has legitimate friends that he will do anything for. So again, I really love Reardon's symbolism of ending the series where it started, and all three of those characters remembering their journey as they are finishing off Geo. So, the first real downside for this book is the fact that we do not get a single Percy or Annabeth POV through the entire book. So whenever I hear people discussing this book online and in general, a lot of it comes down to, we didn't even get a Percy and Annabeth POV chapter. And I absolutely agree with them. I kind of understand why Reardon didn't give us the POV chapters for them, considering the entire last book was just them together together. So I kind of understand why, but it drives me insane that we didn't get that, because I really like how Reardon ends the series where it starts, but I feel like it would have been better to have at least 1 or 2 chapters where Percy and Annabeth are reflecting on everything that happened. And I know a lot of that happened in the last book, but this is the last book where Percy and Annabeth even really play any sort of major role in the series. So I really think it was a missed opportunity on Reardon's part to not give those two a much bigger part in the book. And I said, I feel like it's a missed opportunity that a lot of people do legitimately gripe on, and I am completely with everyone. They should have had at least 1 or 2 POV chapters, and I would have been okay with it. But again, Reardon more or less cuts them out of the story and doesn't do anything with them. Like I said before, I kind of get last book was all about the 2 of them, but it really would have been nice to get at least something for the last major book that those 2 are really involved in. So the second and last pro that I really don't love about this book is the final battle with the giants at Greece. So much like my thoughts on the battle from Battle of the Labyrinth, I feel like it is way too short. I kind of like this battle a bit better than that one because I absolutely do not like Grover's Deus Ex Machina pan scream. That doesn't make sense to me, but I like this battle slightly better. It's still really short, a lot shorter than it really probably should have been, but I understand why Reardon made this relatively short because he wanted to focus most of the plot on the battle at Camp Half-Blood. I completely get that, but I really wanted a chance to see the giants in action, really see how powerful they can be. I get the giant battle wasn't really the focus, but it would have been nice if we had gotten more. The battle itself, again, it's really fast, a lot faster than I absolutely would have liked it to have been, but I understand why Reardon wanted to keep this short and sweet. So the one real thing I feel like Reardon could have done to make this a better battle is if we got a chance to go through each of the demigods' heads and see them have conversations with their parents. I know Jason got one in the book, but he's only the one character. So it would have been, I think, better if we had gone through each of the demigods and had conversations with their parents. I think that would have been a bit better. I really would have liked that. It would have given us closure on a lot of stuff, and it would have been just a relatively sweet and fun thing to just see all the demigods interacting with their parents. I feel like that's, again, a missed opportunity that Reardon could have taken advantage of, and it would have made the book very good. I still like the book despite that. I just feel like him taking advantage of the demigods talking to their parents could have made this book a bit better. Final thoughts on the book here. Despite all the flaws I did talk about with the final battle and Percy and Annabeth not having POV chapters in this book, I kind of understand why Reardon had to do what he did with the plot. But aside from those really small things, I really love this book as a conclusion to the Heroes of Olympus series. I love how he writes Nico and Reyna's characterization. They work very well together. I like that. And I really like the symbolism of Reardon having Jason, Piper, and Leo being the ones to end the series. You know, taking it back to where they started. I really like that symbolism. So even despite the flaws with No Percy and Annabeth POV and the final battle, I really do like this book as the conclusion to the Heroes of Olympus series. I'm going to give Blood of Olympus a 7 out of 10. If you guys want to discuss Heroes of Olympus or Blood of Olympus in the comments, please feel free to do so. All I'm going to ask is that you keep it spoiler free for anyone who hasn't read the series, but otherwise feel free to discuss your thoughts on the book. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do not forget, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss anything. If you enjoyed this type of content and want to see more of it, I will leave a link to my last video, which was my review of House of Hades. So if you guys want to go and rewatch that, you can. I will also leave a link to my Heroes of Olympus playlist if you want to go and rewatch all those videos and see what my general thoughts on the entire series was. While you're down in the comments, if you guys have books you want me to do reviews on in the future, please do not be afraid to leave them down in the comments. You can also leave me book recommendations on my social media pages as well. I will leave a link to my Instagram, which is Riley Murray Book Reviews, and my Twitter, which is Riley T. Murray. I will leave links to those down in the description. We are done Heroes of Olympus, so next video will be a ranking the Heroes of Olympus series. I will see you next video. Have a great week, and don't forget, keep on reading.